Mathematics translates words to symbols. English words. There are 4 children in a party. 10 whole cakes. Are to be equally divided amongst them. How much cake does each child receive? Now, in this little paragraph, there are important words in mathematics which have their symbolic translation. Starting with the word 4. This is an important word in mathematics. 10. The word 10 is another important word in mathematics. Equal. Equal is an important word in mathematics. Divided also is another important word in mathematics. So there are 10 whole cakes and are to be equally divided amongst 4 children. So therefore, the task at hand is to equally divide one group of 10 cakes, 10 cakes, between 4 children. And as you can see, the symbol translation for equal, here it is. The symbolic translation for divide, here it is. For 1, here it is. There's a symbol for it. For 10, here it is. And for 4, here it is. So how are we going to do that? So now, mathematics also use diagrams apart from symbols to translate words. So the word kick, instead of writing the word kick, a diagram has been drawn. So instead of writing the word kick 10 times, we can draw 10 kicks. Okay, so when you see that, you say kick. So that's a diagram symbol for the word kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kicks. Now, there are 4 children. So each child can be denoted by a rectangle. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangles. Words translated to diagrams. So now we're going to share those 10 cakes amongst the 4 children. So the first child can get a cake. So we move on to the second child, we give that child a cake. The third child, give that child a cake. The fourth child, we give that child a cake. So each of the 4 children has 1 cake. So there are more cakes remaining. There are 6 more, so we can repeat the process again, give this child another cake. Give this one another cake. This child another one. And the fourth child, give the fourth child another cake. So here we can see that each child now has 2 cakes. Now there are 2 cakes remaining, and these 2 cakes now must be equally divided amongst the 4 children. So one way of doing that is by actually slicing those 2 cakes. Just slice the 2 cakes, bring them side by side and just slice them. Okay, let's see how we can do that. Bring each of the 2 cakes and just slice them. So I'm going to get a line and I'm just going to draw it across. Okay, so if I draw it across, Let me darken this line there. It's like a knife slicing those 2 cakes. As you can see, it's very difficult to get them equally sliced like that. So if you slice, you have 2 cakes and you slice each one in half, you're going to get 4 pieces. Okay, so based on how the cakes are structured, to get a more fair partition, a fair sharing of the cakes, best we slice them like that. So 1, 2, 1 for a child, 1 for another child, and 1, 2, 1 for another one, 1 for another child. So here we have 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. Okay. So now, if you notice that each piece is like 1 out of 2. So here I'm going to slice this one. So if you notice, when I slice this one, give it to that child, this child received 1 out of 2 slices from a whole. Okay, as you can see, this is 1 from 2 from a whole. Bear that in mind. Okay, and this child will receive this piece, which is supposed to be equal in size. So itself is also 1 out of 2 slices from a whole, as you can see. And the same is going to be repeated for the second cake, for the 2 other children. Take that slice there, which is 1 out of 2 of a whole. Likewise, this final slice here will be 1 out of 2. 1 out of 2 from a whole. Okay, so that looks like 2 whole cakes and 1 out of 2 from a whole. So each child received 2 whole cakes and 1 out of 2. So we can delete those 2 cakes because they have been equally divided amongst the 4 children. So therefore we can say each child received 2, and here's a symbol for 2 whole cakes and. Now, and is an important word in mathematics. The symbol for and is plus, is the plus sign. And is very much utilized in arithmetic and algebra. And the symbol for it is plus. Every important word in mathematics has its translated symbol. So each child received 2 whole cakes and 1 All right, 1 out of 2 slices of a whole. Okay, so that's what happened there. All right. So therefore, remember we said the task at hand is to divide one group of 10. Here it is. One group of 10 has to be divided amongst 4. There's another way of writing that. 1, okay, over 4 of. Now the symbol for of, because of is an important word in mathematics, the symbol for of is the times symbol, the multiplication symbol. One group of 10 divided by 4. So it's 1/4 multiplied by 10. Okay. And as you can see, this is equal to 2. And the symbol for and is plus 2 and 1 out of 2 slices, okay, of a whole. So 1/2. And 1/2, there's another way of saying 1/2, a half. So each child receives 2.5. Okay, here's the mathematical notation for a half. Bear in mind, in maths, every important word has its mathematical notation for translation. Half is a very important word in mathematics, and its notation for it is 1/2. A quarter is another important word. The notation for it is 1/4. So each child receives 2.5. 2.5. And another way to write 2.5 is 2 and a half. Okay. So the task at hand is to divide 10 whole cakes amongst 4, equally amongst 4 children. By doing so, each child receives 2.5. So a quarter times 10 is 2.5. Okay, 2 cakes and half of a cake. And that's a clear demonstration of how mathematics translates words to symbols.